All right, the Seven of Swords generally shows a figure holding a bunch of swords staked into the ground, and there's some sort of like encampment or soldiers that have been camped out behind him. Okay, so the figure in this card often looks like he's getting away with something, or he's being sneaky in some way, or basically just not being forthright. So this card often means deception and betrayal of some sort. And if we pretend that we're the figure in the card, he feels to me like he's smug, like he's getting something over on someone, like he has taken something, he's taken the swords, he wasn't supposed to take the swords, and nobody has seen him yet, right? Nobody has seen his betrayal. Nobody has seen what he's quote-unquote like gotten over on everybody. So if this card comes up in a reading, it can mean somebody is not being forthright. They're not being true. They're not being honest. They're not saying what they think, or they're taking some sort of action, but they're not telling anybody that they're taking that action, or they are kind of hiding their behavior in some way. So they're trying to get away with something, and they're trying to not have anybody know. This one in particularly, he looks like he's like braced for somebody who may be following him, right? Alright, and then the Seven of Swords, this one actually looks a little bit different in the Druidcraft Tarot. And this is one of my favorite decks. I really like it a lot. This one feels to me like a mental burden, like trying to decide what to do, trying to map out plans, but feeling like there's just too much to take into consideration. The other thing that this card can feel like is making secret plans, right? Thinking about doing something wrong, or maybe thinking about some sort of betrayal. If we move a little bit more towards the traditional meaning of this card. But if you do use this deck, when this card comes up, just intuitively use what you feel about it. So some of the cards are upright and some are on the table. This to me feels like he's made some decisions, but he hasn't made all of his decisions, and they're causing him a lot of mental stress. See how he has his hand on his forehead, right? He wishes that it was all done, but it's not done. He's still hard at work with his feather and pen. He's still trying to make decisions. So let's move into the Enduring Virtue cards. So the Seven of Michael, there's a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. The Seven of Air is going to be plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. Okay. And then the Seven of Winter is going to be there's a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. Okay. So if we reverse the Seven of Swords, the first thing I see in my mind's eye is the person going back and putting the swords back. Right? So this person is making amends for any behavior that they may have done. Maybe they did something wrong and now they're seeking to correct it. Maybe they took something from someone and now they're trying to give it back. Maybe they were doing something sly that they shouldn't have been doing at work. Well, now they're trying to like cover up the evidence or correct it or put something back or rewrite the files in some way so that like nobody knows the deception, nobody knows the betrayal, nobody sees what happened. The other thing this can feel like is going and talking to others about your needs. Whereas this person just went into the camp and stole the swords, this person is not going to steal the swords. They're actually going to go talk to the people and be like, hey, can I borrow some swords, right? They're going to create a dialogue, and they're going to fess up, and they're going to be truthful, and they're going to be honest, and they're going to be like, hey man, I need some swords, right? Like, can you assist me with this thing? Instead of just taking them, they're going to actually negotiate and talk. Okay. The other thing that comes to me is that while this person is trying to escape or trying to not face somebody or face something, this person is like, okay, I'm going to face the task, I'm going to face the situation, I'm going to face the person, I'm going to take responsibility, I'm going to do my part, I'm going to put in the extra effort, I'm going to fess up, or I'm going to tell the truth. And I'm going to do it in a very blunt way, in a very honest way. Whereas this person is like not telling the truth. Like they're trying to create some sort of charade situation and run away. And this person is like, no, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to show up like I need to. And I'm just going to own it, right? I'm going to own it. Hey, I stole the swords. Here they are, right? It's that sort of energy. So you'll just have to use your intuition to know specifically what it means in a reading that you're doing, okay?